Quills, Quandaries, and Questionable Advice. In a world plagued by uncertainty, crumbling manners, and questions about whether it's proper to hum in the conservatory, our team dares to offer answers. Welcome to Quills, Quandaries, and Questionable Advice, the only segment where your life's burning dilemmas are handled by a retired Edwardian enforcer with a cane and no patience for loose morals, a cactus with a superiority complex and a misting schedule, a scriptwriter who hasn't made eye contact since 2004, and myself, Robin, who once attempted diplomacy using a treacle tart. Here, no quandary is too obscure, no etiquette rule too outdated, and no letter too scandalous, although some are laminated for safety. So, if you're wrestling with matters of the heart, decorum, brass jewellery, or how to politely hide in a shrub during a dinner party, you come to the right place. This is Quills, Quandaries, and Questionable Advice, where the advice is occasionally sound, often suspect, but always delivered with a sharp eyebrow and a soggy biscuit. This week's letter comes to us from 1862 with a most delicate question. Longing but afraid, the London Journal, 1862. Dear Robin and Co., I write with a question most delicate. My gentleman caller, who has not yet declared intentions of matrimony, has lately lingered rather meaningfully by the vestibule. There has been hand-holding twice, and once he assisted me with my bonnet in a way that felt emotionally suggestive. Is it wholly improper to permit a kiss before engagement, or am I but one peck away from scandal and ruination? Yours, in flushed anticipation, longing but afraid. Dear Miss Afraid, I must confess I too have once hovered too long by a vestibule, although in my case it was because someone had left a treacle tart unattended. As to your query, affection should be sincere, not scheduled. If your gentleman leans in for a kiss and you find yourself leaning ever so slightly back, not out of horror but habit, then perhaps the heart already knows what the etiquette books fear. That said, do keep a firm grip on your bonnet. Things escalate quickly when cravats are loosened. Yours, with decorum and a dash of romance, Robin. Advice from this scriptwriter. Dear possibly about to be snogged, I have three things to say. 1. Kissing before engagement has never toppled a government, to my knowledge. 2. If it has, I'd like to see the court transcripts. 3. If you're already calling him my gentleman caller, you may as well kiss him. That's Victorian for emotionally entangled. My official recommendation allows precisely one kiss, preferably behind a hedge. Document it in code, then deny everything. Also, keep your bonnet on. Keeps things respectable. Yours in linguistic evasion, the scriptwriter, currently hiding under a table from a networking event. Advice from Colin. Darling, oh heavens, do you know how many perfectly respectable reputations have been built on the back of a well-timed pre-engagement smooch? I say kiss the man, lightly, daintily, with flair, but only if your lipstick is matte and your lighting exquisite. If not, reschedule. If he's worthy, he'll propose. If not, send him to me for replanting. Hashtag kiss but make it. Spikily yours, Colin. Available for chaperone duties, misting, extra. Advice from Great Aunt Edna. Dear Longing, a kiss before a proposal? Is this economy? Let me be blunt. If your honour is so precariously balanced on the edge of his moustache, he is not the man for you. However, if you must, do endure. Gloves stay on, no tongue, and for heaven's sake, someone takes notes in case a duel becomes necessary. Personally, I find hand-holding suspicious and bonnets a gateway to chaos. Proceed with caution. Have a sharp hatpin at the ready. Regards, Edna. Our second letter comes from our most recent archives. Miss Petronella Frudge of Basingstoke, spinster, amateur phrenologist and anxious hostess, writes, Dear Robin and Co., I am writing in some distress. Next Thursday I am to host a luncheon for the Basingstoke Ladies' Society for the promotion of respectable horology. We're a watch collecting club. I recently learned that one of my guests, Mrs. Hibbleton, is an unconfirmed owner of a brass anklet and has been heard to hum in the conservatory. I fear scandal. Should I cancel the luncheon, replace the cutlery, faint theatrically? Yours in punctuality and panic, Petronella F. Responses from the panel. Ah, Miss Frudge, what a tickling situation. My advice, proceed with the luncheon but add an extra fork, preferably one that looks expensive and doesn't match the others. That's always confusing the judgemental types. Also, hum back, politely of course. All the best, Robin. Advice from the scriptwriter. Dear Petronella, you are absolutely right to be concerned. Brass anklets are the hallmark of covert mesmerists, secret anarchists, and former amateur dramatists. I once met a woman in Penge who wore two and had a pet eel. Suggest hosting the luncheon on a boat. Easier to escape, harder to prosecute. Yours nervously, the scriptwriter, currently hiding behind a curtain. Advice from Colin. Darling, brass is very in this season. Anklets are so 1873, but I admire the commitment. Keep the luncheon, sit next to her, compliment the anklet, ask nothing about horology, hum dramatically, outshine everyone. And if you need a centerpiece, I am available with a modest misting fee, with spines and love, Colin. Plant, icon, partial to eclairs. Advice from Great Aunt Edna. Miss Frudge, you are hosting a group of women obsessed with punctual timekeeping. I assure you the real danger is not the anklet, but the lateness of the lamb. Proceed with caution, use the good napkins, and keep your teaspoons on alert. If she hums in a minor key, eject her. Cordially, an armed Edna. Do you have a question weighing on your mind, whether it's romantic, ridiculous, mildly scandalous, or just odd? Robin and Co. are here to help. Simply send us your burning dilemmas, etiquette entanglements, or existential crises involving hedgehogs, cutlery, or corsets. No topic is too small, no quandary too peculiar, no cactus too judgy. Submit via Ko-fi and Patreon comments. Chronicle of the Times comments are scribbled in fountain pen on the back of a napkin. We'll know it's from you. And that concludes this week's post. Should you have a burning dilemma involving cutlery, questionable relatives, or anything Colin might enjoy misinterpreting, send your queries to the Robin & Co. correspondence cabinet. We'll file them between mild panic and extremely troubling. Like what you've heard? There's more. A 24-page PDF, gorgeously illustrated and only slightly chaotic, awaits you in the Ko-fi shop. For gossip, giggles and gentle debates about the propriety of spats, visit our Ko-fi blog. And for the serious stuff, early access, no ads, and 600 plus historical documentaries, our Patreon is open, polished and faintly smelling of old libraries.